Yo guys, what's up? Another daily technical analysis video. So today I got for you, before we get into the charts, I want to show you the three phases of a market. So you have the accumulation phase where it's in a channel trading up and down at the bottom, right? You have the markup or the public participation phase where it's basically in the bull run, right? And it's just going straight up relatively. And then you have the distribution phase where it's trading in another channel up at top, new all-time highs, and then you have the blow off top where it just, goes down. So if we go to Bitcoin right here, let's just take the last bull market for a better example, right? You have the accumulation phase all the way down here, mainly down here, right? At the very bear market bottom. Then you have a little run up where you might think this is the public participation phase, but this is actually more of the accumulation phase, more right here too. And then you have the public participation phase or the markup, right? And then you have the distribution phase all the way up top, right? Where the blow off tops happen, right? So if we delete all these real quick and we go to the current cycle that we're in, we have the accumulation phase all the way at here, mainly down here. And then we have the public participation phase, you might think, right? But just like you might thought this was the public participation phase with the markup, went up, but still went down. So we're still in this accumulation phase. And we might have another mark down, right? Where we're still in accumulation. And then we'll have the actual bull run, the public participation phase, where we go straight up. So this is a better example down here. We have the accumulation markup, but then you have a correction, right? So that's usually what happens, right? We have a correction before retesting new all-time highs. We have a correction. So if we were to have a correction right here, it makes sense because we, reached new all-time highs, and then we would have a correction, and then we'd still be in this phase of the market where we're still in the markup because there's corrections in between the markups, right? So we have not reached the distribution phase or new all-time highs, basically, even though we technically have, but we're still in the accumulation phase. So yeah, still in the accumulation phase, and just, the best time to accumulate. So if we go to the smaller time frame here, let me get the other chart. Go to the 1 hour time frame right here. We're in this kind of a symmetrical triangle. I think that's what you call it, symmetrical triangle. And I think this is more likely to break to the downside because we have liquidity, more liquidity to the downside, more shorts than long. You can see right here, more short leverage than long leverage. And if it was to break to the downside, just take this real quick, and it'd be about 65K. So that's not that much of a correction, but it'd still be 5%, which is, just an accumulation correction, where we just go, where it's just good time to buy the dips, And I had to redraw this actually. Shout out to my brother, Crypt Trader, right? I had it like this, and I thought this was a false breakout, but I went long, and it was just a false breakout, right? So I had to redraw this, and this is a way better channel, way better triangle, and we're retesting this resistance line, bounced off of it on the 1 hour, and there's still not going to be a major move, maybe even this week. We're just going to be up and down in this channel. We could go to 70K and we're still in this channel. Yeah, so basically we're still in the public participation phase. And I got the definitions right here. So accumulation phase occurs before a trend reversal up. And smart money informed investors start accumulating early on, right? So this is where the smart investors, got in, right? At the very bottom. Whoops, that's a bit too zoomed in. So smart investors, get in. But, Bitcoin's a little bit different. There's bigger ups and bigger downs. So we're still in this, prices are low and buying pressure increases. And then the public participation phase occurs after the accumulation phase, obviously. More investors, aka retail, driving the prices higher. And, buying pressure increases and price rise. And economic data supports the trend. So basically, the technical analysis, the charts, the cycle that we're in supports the trend. And, it's going to go up, obviously, because an anticipation from the halving, right? But we're still not seeing still not technically, I believe, in where'd it go? The public participation phase just yet, because we have smart money buying OTC over the counter, so they don't drive the prices crazy, but they're mad accumulating. And once we get to this phase, we're like right here, right? Basically, where it just goes up, and we're gonna see a correction. It'll go up, see a correction. So we're kind of like right here at the first markup, the first stages of public participation. But actually we're not really, because they're still accumulating, right? So obviously we're nowhere near the distribution where smart money starts selling high prices. So, but obviously we're going to have ups and downs in the public participation phase even. And then the distribution phase is when we just go crazy down. We have, like 50% dumps. Like, let's see, the last top, right, was from the all-time high, almost 50%, if not literally, yeah, 50% dump. That's when we're in the distribution phase, when we have crazy downsides. And we could even have that. In the public participation phase, because if we go from the last halving, right? Well, this was the last halving, but from the last bull market top, right? We even had in the accumulation phase a 50% dump. Actually, it was 60% dump. So over 50% dump, and then the halving happened, and people are accumulating right here. People want to sell because it went up. Obviously, it went up, almost over 300%, and people want to sell that, obviously, and try to get cheaper Bitcoin. So we're still gonna have dumps before the pumps, and that's gonna happen again. Maybe we won't get a 50% dump, because if we do, 30K Bitcoin, everybody's gonna buy. Literally, everybody's gonna buy that. There's no way we go down to 30K, and if we do, that's when to start a long position. That's when the cycle is gonna just pump like crazy, because these dumps only lasted for 3 weeks last time before the halving. So literally in 1 week, you only have 1 week basically from this candle, a 50% dump in 1 week. So you only have 1 week before the just pure upside starts. So it's you're more likely just to buy and hold, because timing this 1 week, I mean, if we see like a 30% or 50% dump, that's gonna indicate, a start of a trend reversal, because we really haven't had that yet. And, the only downsides you really have, like, we're just up and down in this channel, better right here, in this channel, and we haven't really had any significant dumps, not even 20% dump, So we're still in the accumulation phase, like I'm saying, like we're still in this phase where we did have a markup, but we're gonna have, you know, better shown over here where we have markups, or, you know, price rising, and then we'll have corrections, and then prices continue to rise, obviously. So this is gonna happen, right? But it's gonna look a lot more significant because it's crypto, and we have, you know, 50% dumps and then 300% pumps, you know. So basically that's all I wanted to show you guys, other than this small channel that we're in on the day. Looks pretty good on the day, you know. Symmetrical triangle, and you know, we still have a few more days, if not a whole week, before we could actually break out of this and see a significant move on this. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Watch my last video if you want to see how I got wrecked, and I learned from this lesson, because I got in up here, you know, because I thought we were gonna break out, but you know, it wasn't there was no confirmation candle, and I got too greedy and I got wrecked. But yeah, go subscribe to the channel. Uh, Go subscribe to my brother's channel. He just made another video today, of course, and he got the same pattern that I got, you know. And you know, I don't even know. Peace out, guys.